Our planet is in a state of flux, undergoing rapid and often unpredictable changes that affect every corner of the globe. We are witnessing weather events of unprecedented intensity and frequency, from violent thunderstorms to devastating hurricanes. Raging wildfires consume vast landscapes, leaving behind a trail of devastation. These fires not only destroy homes and habitats, but also release massive amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, exacerbating climate change. Torrential rains unleash floods that submerge entire communities, displacing millions. The aftermath of such floods can be catastrophic, with waterborne diseases spreading and infrastructure being severely damaged. These events are a stark reminder of the power of nature and the impact of a changing climate. The destruction left in their wake is a testament to the urgent need for action. These are not isolated incidents. They are part of a larger pattern of extreme weather events that are becoming increasingly common. Across the globe, from the scorching deserts to the icy poles, extreme weather events are becoming the new norm. In deserts, heat waves are becoming more frequent and intense, while in polar regions, ice is melting at an alarming rate. Heat waves shatter temperature records, pushing ecosystems and human societies to their limits. The intense heat can lead to droughts, water shortages, and even heat-related illnesses and deaths. Hurricanes fueled by warmer ocean waters grow into monstrous storms, leaving a path of destruction in their wake. These powerful storms can cause widespread damage, from coastal flooding to wind damage, and can take years for communities to recover. The delicate balance of our planet's climate is being disrupted, and the consequences are being felt worldwide. Rising sea levels threaten coastal areas, while melting glaciers contribute to this rise and also affect freshwater supplies. The urgency to address these changes has never been greater. To understand these changes, we must look at the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is a natural process that warms the Earth's surface. When the sun's energy reaches the Earth's atmosphere, some of it is reflected back to space and the rest is absorbed and re-radiated by greenhouse gases. This process maintains the Earth's temperature at an average of 15 degrees Celsius, which is essential for life as we know it. Imagine Earth wrapped in a blanket of gases. This blanket is made up of water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and ozone. These gases are crucial because they trap heat from the sun, preventing it from escaping back into space too quickly. These gases trap heat from the sun, keeping our planet warm enough to support life. Without this natural greenhouse effect, the Earth's average temperature would be about minus 18 degrees Celsius, too cold to sustain the diverse ecosystems we have today. This natural process is essential for our survival. It allows plants to grow, which in turn supports the food chains that sustain all living creatures, including humans. However, human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas, are releasing vast amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. This increase in greenhouse gases is enhancing the natural greenhouse effect, leading to more heat being trapped and a rise in Earth's average temperature. These additional gases act like a thicker blanket, trapping more heat and causing Earth's temperature to rise. This enhanced greenhouse effect is what we commonly refer to as global warming. This phenomenon, known as global warming, is the driving force behind the extreme weather events we are experiencing. From more intense hurricanes and tornadoes to severe floods and prolonged droughts, the impact of global warming is being felt worldwide. As temperatures continue to rise, the effects on our planet's climate will become even more pronounced. We are already seeing the consequences in the form of melting ice caps, rising sea levels, and more frequent and severe wildfires. We are witnessing the consequences of our actions, and the urgency to act has never been greater. It is imperative that we reduce our greenhouse gas emissions and transition to more sustainable practices to mitigate the impacts of climate change and protect our planet for future generations. The evidence of a changing climate is undeniable. From the melting glaciers in the Arctic to the drought-stricken landscapes in Africa, the signs are everywhere. These changes are not isolated incidents, but part of a larger, more troubling pattern that affects every corner of our planet. Scientific data paints a clear picture of rising global temperatures. Over the past century, the Earth's average temperature has steadily increased, driven by human activities such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation. This data is not just numbers on a chart, it represents a fundamental shift in our planet's climate system. The year 2023 was the hottest on record, and this upward trend is projected to continue. Cities around the world experienced unprecedented heat waves, putting immense strain on infrastructure and public health systems. The sweltering heat is a stark reminder of the urgent need for climate action. Sea levels are rising at an alarming rate as glaciers melt and warmer water expands. Coastal communities are already feeling the impact, with frequent flooding and erosion threatening homes and livelihoods. The loss of ice sheets in polar regions is a clear indicator of the accelerating pace of climate change. Extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and intense, a clear indication of a climate system in distress. Hurricanes, wildfires, and severe storms are causing unprecedented damage, displacing communities, and costing billions in recovery efforts. These events are no longer rare occurrences but are becoming the new normal. These changes are not just statistics on a graph. They are impacting real people and ecosystems around the world. Families are losing their homes to floods, farmers are struggling with prolonged droughts, and wildlife is being pushed to the brink of extinction as their habitats shrink. The human and ecological toll is immense. The data serves as a stark warning that we must act now to mitigate the worst effects of climate change. Around the globe, people are raising their voices, demanding action from leaders and policymakers. Scientists are tirelessly working on innovative solutions to reduce emissions and adapt to the changing climate. The urgency cannot be overstated. The longer we wait, the more severe the consequences will be for generations to come. Our children and grandchildren will inherit a world shaped by the decisions we make today. It is our responsibility to ensure a livable planet for future generations, and the time to act is now. One of the most visible and devastating impacts of climate change is the increase in extreme rainfall events. Warmer temperatures lead to more evaporation, which in turn results in more moisture in the atmosphere. This excess moisture translates into heavier rainfall, overwhelming drainage systems, and causing widespread flooding. Coastal areas are particularly vulnerable, facing the dual threat of sea level rise and more intense storms. These floods have devastating consequences. Homes are destroyed, livelihoods are disrupted, and lives are lost. The human toll of these disasters is immeasurable. We must invest in resilient infrastructure and early warning systems to protect communities from the increasing threat of flooding. While some parts of the world are experiencing more rainfall, others are facing prolonged and severe droughts. Climate change is altering weather patterns, leading to shifts in precipitation and increased evaporation, which depletes water sources. Regions that were once fertile are now turning into arid landscapes, threatening agriculture and livelihoods. Droughts have a ripple effect, impacting food security, water availability, and human health. They can lead to crop failures, water shortages, and displacement of communities. The consequences are particularly severe for vulnerable populations who rely heavily on agriculture and natural resources for their survival. The scientific evidence is clear. Human activities are the dominant cause of climate change. Our reliance on fossil fuels, deforestation, and unsustainable agricultural practices are releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere at an alarming rate. These gases trap heat, leading to global warming and the extreme weather events we are witnessing. We have a collective responsibility to address this global challenge. Each one of us can make a difference by reducing our carbon footprint. We must transition to cleaner sources of energy, adopt sustainable practices, and advocate for policies that promote a healthier planet. The task of combating climate change may seem daunting, but every individual action counts. By making small changes in our daily lives, we can collectively make a big difference. We can reduce our energy consumption by using energy-efficient appliances, insulating our homes, and opting for public transportation or cycling instead of driving alone. Choosing sustainable products, reducing waste, and supporting businesses that prioritize environmental responsibility are also impactful steps. By adopting a more mindful and sustainable lifestyle, we can contribute to a healthier planet for ourselves and future generations. The challenges posed by climate change are real, but so are the solutions. Human ingenuity and innovation have brought us this far, and they hold the key to a sustainable future. We are witnessing a global movement towards renewable energy sources, such as solar and wind power. Electric vehicles are becoming increasingly popular, reducing our dependence on fossil fuels. sustainable agricultural practices, such as regenerative farming and vertical farming, are gaining traction, offering solutions to food security while minimizing environmental impact. By embracing these innovations and investing in research and development, we can create a future where economic growth and environmental sustainability go hand in hand. The time for action is now. The future of our planet depends on the choices we make today. We must demand action from our leaders, urging them to implement policies that promote clean energy, protect our forests, and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We must hold businesses accountable for their environmental impact and support those that prioritize sustainability. But most importantly, we must act ourselves. Each one of us has a role to play in this fight for our planet. By making conscious choices, reducing our footprint, and raising awareness, we can create a ripple effect that will shape a brighter future for generations to come. Let us act with urgency, optimism, and a shared commitment to protect our planet, our only home.